YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode of 2A in LA. As always, anything that I say in this episodes, prior episodes, and future episodes are just my personal opinion. You should not take them as fact. You should not take them as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusion. When I was doing that, it was like what? Oh, I'm sorry. All right, so look, let's get into this. Oh, also, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the bell so you get notified of all the new videos that I put out. Because I put out new videos every single week. And I've also had recently a problem with people saying they subscribed, but then somehow got unsubscribed. I guess the YouTube algorithm didn't like me or something. So anyway, make sure you do that. Okay, so look. Today is an informative video. I think if you are a new gun owner, if you bought a gun in the last year for the first time, oh my God, you need to listen to every word of this video because I'm dropping jewels. I'm dropping jewels today. If you are an experienced gun owner, this is probably stuff that you already know. But look, man, I was talking to a guy the other day at my gunsmith, and he was saying, you know, he's forgotten more about guns than a lot of people know. And I think there's some truth to that. If you're not, and that's a life lesson. If you're not continually working on things, if you aren't consistently being reminded of the fundamentals and whatever it is in life that you do, you are bound to slip up. And firearms are not the thing you want to slip up on. So hang around and check out the video too, and maybe you'll get something that you hadn't thought about. All right, so look, the thumbnail that I did was kind of funny. I get it, but there is nothing funny about gun safety. Even though I knew that that gun was 100% unloaded, it's still camera angle. I still did not point it at me. And so I want to start off this video by reminding everybody of the safety rules, okay? The 4 safety rules. This is number 1. Always treat your gun as if it were loaded, okay? I had a guy who was teaching his daughter, and he had his daughter come watch him unload the gun, and then he set it down. And then he asked her, is the gun loaded? And she said, no. And he said, yes, it is. He said, all guns are loaded. Always treat every gun that is loaded, because inevitably people die or people have tragic results because one time they didn't treat the gun as if it were loaded, and it was. So always treat the gun as if it's loaded. Number 2, keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. Okay? The gun won't fire if the trigger isn't pulled. So keep your finger away from the trigger until the moment that you are ready to send a round down range. All right? Number 3, don't point at anything that you don't want to destroy. And obviously don't point it at people ever unless that is your intent. And 2, don't point it at the refrigerator. If you don't want to go out and buy a new refrigerator, don't point it at the refrigerator. Don't point it at your TV. Don't point it at anything that you don't want to cause severe collateral damage to. Okay? Lastly, know what's in front. And I think most people get that. But what's behind and what's left and right of your target. Because if you send something and you miss whatever it is that you're aiming at, or you hit it and it goes through it and it keeps going, you need to understand what's beyond it. What else? When you fire that weapon, what else are you putting at risk? And same thing for left or right. All right? So those are the 4 safety rules. Treat those as religion. If you always do those things, you will always be a safe operator of firearms. All right? Next, training. Look, I'm not talking about, strapping on a sling to your AR and going out and clearing buildings. I'm not talking about that. If you're a new gun owner, though, there's 3 classes that I feel everyone should take. Number 1 is a basic safety class that really re-emphasizes the safety rules that I just broke down for you and goes beyond that, right? The second is a basic shooting class that teaches you how to hold the gun, where your fingers should be placed on the gun, how to handle recoil, how to stand, all of that. Look, your evolution as a gun owner and as a shooter of guns will be a multiple with training. If you just try to do it all on your own, I promise you, it's gonna be a slow process. Okay, it's gonna be a slow process. There are trainers all over the place, great trainers. Get with one, take a basic safety class, take a basic shooting class, and take a basic gun cleaning class. You should know how to disassemble your weapon. You should know how to clean your weapon. Okay? Don't cut corners on that. Because there may be a time when your life depends on it and you can't run it to the local gunsmith to clean it. Right? You may need to break it down yourself. And so learn how to do that. Okay? So 1, safety rules. 2, training. 3, if you just bought your first gun, one of the other things I want you to buy before you buy a holster, maybe even before you buy ammo, buy some snap caps. Snap caps come in different colors, but usually they're this like burgundy color, and they come in different calibers. This is a 12 gauge shotgun. This is a 9mm. They make snap caps for every single caliber, gun caliber that there is practically. And so the reason why I say that is you need to master the manipulation of your weapon. And if you're not proficient, better to do that without any live rounds in your gun. Snap caps look like bullets. They're the same size as bullets or ammo, but they don't fire. And so you can get comfortable with how to load your magazine. You can get comfortable with how to seat it. You can get comfortable with how to rack the slide and make sure there's a gun there. You can get comfortable with dry firing. So buy yourself a set of snap caps for your gun and just work them. Work them until doing the things that I just described feel like second nature to you. I promise you, it's going to make you feel so much more comfortable. And with comfort comes confidence, right? A lot of you guys are probably afraid of your gun, like I was the first time I got one. You practice enough and that fear starts to go away. You become confident. And so buy yourself a set of snap caps. Okay, look. I can't emphasize this enough. You are responsible for every bullet that leaves your gun. I don't care what your intentions are. I don't care if you ignored one of the safety rules accidentally and you had an accidental discharge and something got destroyed or somebody got hurt. That's on you. That's your fault. Okay? Even if you are under attack and you are firing in self-defense, and because your adrenaline is pumping and because you're in fear of your life, you shoot and you miss. And that bullet goes and it hits something else or someone else, you are still responsible for that bullet. You will go to jail. Make no mistake about it. You are going to be in handcuffs at the end of that night. And so always have that in mind. That goes back to the safety rule. Know what's in front, what's behind, and what's to the left or right anytime you shoot. You are responsible for every bullet that leaves your gun. And that leads me to the next one. If you are going to conceal carry, get concealed carry insurance. I will do a video on concealed carry insurance at some point because I think it is critical. Look, I'm going to just paint you a quick scenario. A burglar breaks into your home. And depending on the state that you live in, you may or may not have the right to engage that person. But I can pretty much promise you that if you shoot somebody and you injure them or kill them, more than likely, even if they're a burglar who's breaking into your home, and this is going to sound crazy to you, but I'm telling you, it's 100% the case. You're probably going to go to jail. You're probably going to end the night in handcuffs, and you're probably going to get arrested. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is shut up. Shut up. The cops are not your friends. Law enforcement is not your friends. They're there to make an arrest. And whether it's you or the criminal or who or both, more is better. Remember me saying that before? More is better. So the cops are not there to help you out in this circumstances. Shut up, call an attorney. Now, here's the thing. Most people do not have even if you did everything right, even if you called 911, even if you barricaded yourself off, even if you warned the intruder that you were armed and he pursues you anyway, and even if you shot, chances are you're going to go to jail and the police are going to leave the sorting out till after the fact. So now you need money for bail. Now you need money for an attorney. Now, if heaven forbid this thing goes to trial, now you're going to need money for expert witnesses. You're going to need more money for your attorney. Your gun is probably going to get confiscated. So now you don't have a firearm. On and on and on and on and on and on. I think the estimates for the average gun trial is something like 400 grand. Y'all got 400 grand laying around? If you do, cool. I'm sure you don't want to spend it on a trial, though. And so if that's the case, then get you some good concealed carry insurance. This will allow you to get they will cover, if you get good insurance, they will cover everything up front. They'll cover your bail. They'll cover the cost of your attorney. They'll cover the cost of your special witnesses. They'll cover lost wages. That's another thing I didn't mention. Lost wages because you can't go to work because you're standing trial, right? All of these things. And so if you are in a state other than California, even in California, some areas are easier to get concealed carry permits. If you have a concealed carry permit and you don't have concealed carry insurance, you're tripping. You are tripping and you are asking for it. I promise you. Get it. It is worth it. It's not uber expensive. Like I said, we'll do a video, but get it. You need it. All right? Next, spend money on ammo, not gear. This goes back to training. Everybody wants to be, and look, you guys see my collection. I do my thing. I like my weapons to look a certain way, but make no mistake about it. I shoot regularly, weekly, sometimes multiple times a week. I'm at the range training. Spend money on ammo. It doesn't matter if you got the cool slide. It doesn't matter if you got the cool grips or the bomb trigger or whatever. If you can't shoot it, what difference does it make, right? Spend money on ammo. Practice and train. Don't spend, $500 on a Trigicon red dot. Spend $500 on ammo so you don't need the red dot, right? Start there. Build up your basic skills before you worry about all of these alterations to your weapon, okay? Next, find a good gunsmith in your area. If you operate guns long enough, you're going to run into problems. And just like the gun is a piece of machinery. And all machineries from time to time need fixing. Parts wear out. Things need to be replaced. If you have the ability to do that, that's great. But if you don't, and if you're a new gun owner, you probably don't have the confidence to do that kind of thing. Find you a good gunsmith in the area. Talk to your local FFL, your local retail store. Ask if they can make a recommendation for you. Find somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who isn't trying to rip you off. Finding a good gunsmith is kind of like having a good mechanic in your back pocket. You want that, okay? This next one is critical. Okay, so I was all over you guys about the concealed carry insurance, right? I'll be all over you about this too, because this is another thing that will land you in jail, and concealed carry insurance won't protect you on this one. Know your local gun laws. They change from state to state. Know your local gun laws. And what I mean by that, know what you need to do to transport your guns. If you don't have a concealed carry permit, that allows you to conceal on your person, are you required to, when you transport your gun, to keep them locked? Are they required to be in a trunk? Is it okay to put it in your glove compartments? A lot of states like California, that's not going to get it. The little lock compartment in your center console, that's not going to get it. And so you need to know that. Can you take your gun out of state? You're going on a trip. You want to take your gun out of state. Can you do that? You better check. You better check before you go. You better make sure you know what you're doing. Can you buy ammunition or whatever the case from another state and bring it back into you? You better know. These are mistakes that will land you in jail for felonies. Felonies. Real. Now, I just told you the average trial is like $400,000. You got $400,000 to blow? Go ahead. Be my guest. If you don't, learn your local gun laws. These are things that are going to keep you out of handcuffs. The federal government and even state governments, most state governments are not fans of the Second Amendment, really. You know, they want to prosecute. They want to limit gun ownership. And the quickest way to get a gun out of your hands is a conviction. And once you have one, you'll never be able to carry again or own again. So look, know your local gun laws. Make sure that you are comfortable and confident and you know what you can do and what you can't do. All right? Next, this goes back to training. Dry fire. Dry fire your weapon at home. A lot of times you can't get to the range. Look, the range is expensive. Ammunition is expensive. It takes time out of your day to go do it. If you can't make it to a range, nothing to stop you from dry firing at home. Now look, remove all your ammunition from the gun and remove all the ammunition from the room. If you don't have any ammo in your gun and you don't even have any ammo in the room, you can't have an accidental discharge. Safety. Safety, right? Get your snap caps. Practice the manipulation of your weapon and practice how to hold the gun. Practice how to put it on target. Practice your stance, right? Dry fire to get comfortable with the gun. Again, comfort breeds confidence. The more comfortable you are, the more confident you'll be. So when you do go to the range, it'll feel more second nature, I promise you. So make sure you are dry firing at home. Okay? This is my last one. And this is a pet peeve of mine. This is number 10 of the 10 things all new gun owners should know. Look, there's one thing I can't stand. It's somebody who goes out, buys a gun, sits it in their drawer, doesn't shoot it or maybe shoots it once, and then stays there for years, a decade sometime. Who does that? I've maybe shot this thing like one time and then it's set in my drawer for a decade. Yeah. So anyway, don't do that. All right. Use your gun. Shoot your gun. It's your constitutional right to shoot your gun. So don't buy a gun, sit it in a drawer, and not be trained with it. That is an accident waiting to happen. You are not going to be able to effectively defend yourself if you don't shoot your gun. Get involved. If you're uncomfortable, you're a little shy, like I said, go do training. Pay for an inexpensive training class so you can practice shooting around professionals who can watch you and make sure you're doing things the right way. Find some friends and you guys start going to the range together. Get involved. There's a whole social network with guns and competitions and shooting clubs and things like that. Get involved. Shoot your gun. That's the only way you're going to be proficient, and those are the things that are going to save your life. Okay? So those are the 10 things that all new gun owners need to know, given to you by your boy 2A in LA. So again, family, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you found the information that I provided here helpful and useful. I'm always trying to give you the very best that I can. So I appreciate it if you like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, tell a friend, all that. All right? Until next time, family, peace.